You want to know what I hate? Microtransactions. One word, long sentence. I can't begin to describe the large amount of bullshit that surrounds this one word. This is something you can't avoid when it comes to AAA games. Well, for the most part. So what are microtransactions, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you about it, but first, I'll ask you this. How's that rock you've been living under? Well, when you Google the definition, it says, a very small financial transaction conducted online. Oh, if only they knew. There are many forms of microtransactions. Season passes, loot boxes, cosmetic only, but sometimes put in big quotations, DLC, micro DLC, microcurrency. I mean, it's fucking nuts. Season passes and loot boxes are my biggest pet peeves when it comes to microtransactions. Remember when you paid $60 for a game and when you got home, you popped it into your console or PC or whatever, you played it, and you get the full game? Well, now you have to pay an extra $25 to $50 for the rest of the game. Thanks, assholes. The only season pass that is somewhat exceptional is the expansion pass for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Why? Well, first off, the game was already complete when it released. Sure, there are some fixes that need to be made here and there, but the game was completed nonetheless. For $25, you get a plethora of new content, including 2 new stories and 1 new open world area to explore. I like it when CD Projekt Red calls it DLC, but what they really did was add in a completely new game. Loot boxes are the fucking worst. Don't spend your money on these. They're the equivalent of going to the casino, but it's in your own home. Some of these loot boxes can only be obtained through purchasing it with real money. Others have it as an option, but made it where you have to grind the game for so long only to find out you didn't get what you want. Remember the Battlefront 2 debacle? Yeah, that was something.
Case in point, Star Wars Battlefront 2, which was off to a good start when they announced that unlike the first game, all additional updates and content would be 100% free. But this being EA, of course, there was a catch. That catch being loot boxes, which I've had the displeasure of discovering throughout my time in Battlefront 2's beta. I wish I could tell you that it's all cosmetics and that they have no influence whatsoever on gameplay, balance, and progression, but the world just isn't that fair now, is it? Star Wars Battlefront 2 is pay to win. It was pay to win in the beta, and it's still pay to win in the ongoing early access, and it will remain pay to win when the game finally launches on November 17th.
It surprises me how idiotic the ESRB can be when it comes to loot boxes. It's gambling, no doubt about it. I'm glad that some countries, like Belgium for instance, ban loot boxes entirely. If only it happened in the US. The 2018 God of War is another excellent example of what not to do when it comes to making video games. The game's director, Cory Barlog, has explicitly said that he hates loot boxes, and that's a good thing. There's no microtransaction in sight, no season pass, microcurrency, no loot boxes, nothing. Yeah, that game really deserved the Game of the Year award.
Alright, and the Game Award for Game of the Year goes to God of War.
To wrap it up, microtransactions are gigantic middle fingers to the gaming community. Yes, you can make them not predatory like The Witcher 3, but for the overwhelming majority of them, I'll always hate them.